What's going on? You gotta stay with me, boys. You don't know where we
Yeah. Shiver. I'm here, guys. I'm here. I'm cold, but I'm here. I'm awake, so that's good.
What are you doing? I'm walking like a skeleton.
No, skeletons don't walk like that.
That's how you walk.
No, I don't. Stop it!
That's you. I am very misunderstood. But Dante doesn't have any hair.
And I don't have a nose, and yet here we are.
Right. Okay. Hi, guys. It's cold. Like, really cold. It's really hard to express how cold it is. But I think it might have something to do with the fact that not only is it like 2 degrees centigrade outside, or Celsius, centigrade, Celsius. Are they the same thing? I think they're the same thing. Yeah, not only is it just like, it's freezing point, basically, for water outside. Frost is happening out there right now. But I've also just woken up because of my wacky sleep cycle is all screwed up. So I just woken up and you know, when you get out of bed, you kind of like partially like you know, you're partially toasty, you know, you're all nice and toasty under the sheets and you're all nice and warm and stuff. And well, basically I woke up and I couldn't stay in bed anymore, so yeah. But yeah, I've also not got the heater in here still because I haven't been able to clean out the office for winter, and winter's happened, so that's great. Honestly, it is a mess. The only bit that's clean, the only bit that I would say is tidy, is the bit that you're seeing on camera right now, and even then, this wire is bugging me. And that's the wire for the bug zapper, which can't go away yet because the bugs still haven't fucked off, even though it's winter. So yeah, awesome. In other news, I've run out of food. I did not. I forgot to do the Asda order, the supermarket order, the online order for our food, and well, I didn't forget. It's just that like you know, our food gets delivered in certain slots throughout the day, right? And the day before, everybody basically orders their food and they fill up those slots. So by the time that I'm awake and ready to order the food, all the slots have always been full up, or they're basically at ridiculous times. So like I can't get the food, and that's what happened yesterday. So yeah. So yeah, I'm out of food. So my breakfast or my lunch, my breakfast dinner is basically this this blueberry juice, and that kills me because I get cranky if I don't eat something. Like I get really cranky. I get annoyed. I get annoying, and I just need food, you know. So basically, I'm gonna wait until I get really hungry and really cranky and really pissed off at like a bunch of work people, because I have to do work like after I do the stream. And my hand is still not better. And then I'm gonna actually have food. I'm gonna have some dinner food, because we still have some food, but we don't have like we don't have any more breakfast food. We're completely out of cereals and bread and pot noodle. I have pot noodle for breakfast. I'm sorry, I just do. When I wake up, I want warm water, hot water, and I want my ramen. You know, it's my morning thing. You know. So I have pot noodle, and we occasionally have some fruit, but we don't usually have fruit that often, because basically like it's spoils really easily, and it attracts bugs like you won't believe. Oh god. Oh, like that pumpkin. That pumpkin attracted so many tiny fruit flies and stuff. There was always a fruit fly in our kitchen. We had to put it on the reason why it was on the counter where you saw it, by the way, was because it was directly underneath the bug zapper. So basically, the fruit flies would come down from the light of the bug zapper, like hover around the pumpkin for a little while, and then they'd always fly back up, and then they get bug zapped, and then another fruit fly would be attracted from somewhere. Where are they coming from? I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah. Have some more of my juice. Make me feel better. Ah, it's juice and water. So yeah. Okay. I have not seen the chat yet. So I'm gonna read it now. Howard says, "Me too. What, you're cold?" Jeffrey says, "Hi Tubbs. I'm so glad that you're to see you as always, but I hope you won't be on long since it's cold there." Well, even though even if I'm only gonna be an hour, which is what I always try to set for an hour, so that basically if I review these episodes, then basically I have like I'm not sitting here for a whole hour, you know, watching it. I basically speed them up and everything, so that I know that basically what to take out of it if I do need to take anything out of it. And I sometimes have them on in the background, but it's just that if they're on for more than an hour, then basically like it can take forever to rewatch them, and that drives me crazy, because I hate hearing my sound of my own voice, and my own voice sped up, not high pitched. It doesn't pitch it. It just speeds it up. Is enough to drive me crazy. So I hate that. But yeah, the thing about the cold here is that basically, like, the thing about me is that I'm very adaptable. Like right now, I'm less annoyed about the cold than I was a minute ago, you know, and I'm not shivering as much. I can feel my fingers are quite cold, and you know, my legs are still shaking, but I'm not shivering as much. See, so and my nose is starting to run, but that's the thing. But the thing is that even when I've finished doing this live stream, I've still got to be in here because I've got to do work, and I've got to do research, and I've got to do the as early as possible the food order, so that it's here on Friday. Is it? Yeah, Friday, tomorrow, Friday, because it's Thursday now. So yeah. I have no idea what I've got for dinner. I think I've got a bunch of corn stuff, which is the vegetarian meat stuff, which is quite nice. But I think that's all that's in my freezer. That's all that's in the house. Jeffrey says, "Hi Howard." Howard says, "I'll switch places with you. It's humid over here." Okay. Okay. So it's not cold over there. So it's not the same. Damn it. Jeffrey says, "I hope Damon enjoyed his birthday." He did. He did. Yeah, we went out for so we went out for lunch, and he went out for dinner. I didn't go with him for dinner But he went out for dinner with his family and stuff, and it's a shame that I didn't go out because I really enjoyed doing that and stuff. But I was passing out. I was super tired. I wasn't really that tired. It was just a weird thing that happened with my eyes. Like, you know, my eyes had been like, you know, okay, guys, we've been open for about 24 hours now. This isn't normal, so I'm just gonna sting until you close. You know, it's like, really, really. So somewhere while we were out at lunch, before we went out for dinner, my eyes starting to just irritate the fuck out of me, and I was like, have I got an eyelash gone? You know, is it just why is my eye watering? What's going on? And yeah, it's just what happens when you're really tired, you know. But yeah, I wasn't dealing with that while I was out for dinner, and basically the second that I did close my eyes, I started to feel really tired anyway. So it was like, yeah. So my sleep cycle is being fixed. You might notice that I'm on later. I began the stream later than I did yesterday, and that's because, like I said, I'm switching. You know, my sleep was turned upside down, so basically I'm slowly forcing it to become right way up again. And over in the UK, I woke up at 4. Well, I woke up at like 2:30. But I've been laying in bed wondering if I can actually push that for a little bit longer as well. But the day before that, I woke up at about 1. So, and the day before that, I woke up about midnight. So, yeah. So it's working. Eventually, I'll wake up at a normal time to me, which is about 6 or something. So I only got a couple more days of this bullshit before I actually get back to normal sleeping rhythm. So. Yeah. But yeah, Damon did enjoy his birthday. He enjoyed my present. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Well, not the present, the card, because I noticed that I didn't actually show you guys the bit of art that I did for him, which was really painful because this hand still isn't okay, you know. And most of it was drawn with this hand, and I'm not convinced about this hand doing stuff sometimes. So yeah. Me too. I didn't even know about it. Says Howard. Oh, it's fine. Oh no, Tubbs is out of food. That actually happens fairly regularly. Shockingly, I'm out of food quite a lot. Jeffrey says, "I hope you are doing well, Howard." Oh, okay. How's they're spontaneously being born? Oh, you mean the fruit flies? Yeah. Honestly, I don't know where they come from. I do not know where they come from, but they the pumpkin was just attracting them. The pumpkin's outside on the dustbin, on the trash tin. I'm trying to think of what the American equivalent is to dustbin, because that's what we call it here. It's a dustbin. It's a big wheelie dustbin. You know, it's a giant dustbin. But it's on the outside. You know, those things are on the outside, and like it's going to be collected probably next week on Monday. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it's like it's Tuesday morning that our rubbish gets taken away. Trash. Our trash. But yeah, it's basically out there gathering fruit flies, I'm guessing now. But yeah, it lasted throughout Halloween. So yeah, it basically we put it outside and we did like the candle on Halloween and stuff. So it did do the projector thingy, and that was cool. But the thing is that basically it was a tiny bit windy just in that particular patch of the house. So I'm not entirely sure how long the candle lasted. And I haven't checked on it since, to be honest. I know it's still there because it was there when we went out to have lunch and stuff. So yeah. Jeffrey says, that's great, Tubbs. I'm glad we both had a nice lunch. Yeah, we did. We went to McDonald's. It was nice. Howard says, garbage can, dumpster. Garbage can, that's what I was trying to think of. I was trying to think of garbage. You know, garbage can. Garbage can. Dumpster. Well, dumpsters. I've always assumed that dumpster is huge. You know, it's a bigger thing. Whereas these things are kind of like, you know, they're just one bin. You know, they're half a dumpster. They're a quarter of a dumpster. You know, they're not really a dumpster. In the UK, they're called like either dustbin or wheelie bins and stuff like that. I'm told that basically some of my language is a bit outdated, and I'm like, I don't care. You know, anyway, in the UK, because I still say tissue paper, tissue, or tissue. You know, I still say that when I mean napkin or, you know, toilet roll or something like that. You know, it's kind of weird, I know, but it does kind of. It makes me feel kind of weird as well, especially when I'm over. When I was working in retail, especially, like I asked somebody for a tissue, and basically they were like, so, "What the fuck's a tissue?" You know, and they're like, "A tissue?" And I was like, "Yeah." But do you mean toilet roll? And I was like, "Yeah." Can I have some, please? You know, like seriously. Fuck off. Jeffrey says your Boston accent was perfect, Tubbs, when you said garbage. Garbage. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah. So I'm just a bit outdated with my language, but I think that may have something to do with the fact that yeah, I'm actually time traveled from the late 1800s. So whatever. You know, there's a reason why I look good in a bowler hat and smoke a pipe. You know, no, it's not that. Although maybe I've had that joke told to me a couple of times. Anyway, yeah. Do you guys want to see the piece of art that I made for my partner for his birthday? You guys want to see that? So I'm stretching now. I've gotten over the shivering, and now I'm stretching. And yawning. Oh, good. And yawning. I'm gonna have more juice while I wait for you guys to answer. It's blueberry and water. Bursting with over 100 blueberries. Well, 112 to be really precise. I'm not kidding. That's actually what it says on the bottom side of this. It's very pretentious blueberry juice. Oh, but it's good. I love blueberry juice. I like blueberries. I do genuinely like blueberries. The thing is, they go off so easily. That's so annoying. Like we buy a pack of blueberries, a crate of blueberries, and I will sit there and eat them. But you know, by the next day, if I want to eat some more blueberries, then basically I check back, and there's always like one or two of them that have gone moldy, and it's like, that put me off all of them now. Great. Anyway, there we go. I added some polish to his beaver character, because basically the beaver character that I designed while I was away was really rough. It was like super rough. But no, that's me and him. That's my main persona, and that's his main persona. And I've just adapted it. I've adapted his persona. I did a full body picture of his persona which was, like I said, a pain in the fucking ass because beavers, why are they so complicated? And I had to do a pause. I had to draw a pause, and everyone knows how much I hate drawing pause. But yeah, that's the thing I think I messed up on, mostly on my character, on 5, the dog, is that basically like his legs and feet and paws are just no. So yeah, that was his card. I made it. Well, his bit of paper, not card. That was his paper, and that's a well-traveled piece of paper because like it's been it's been in the house, and then it's been, you know, I did it in here, and then I brought it into the house, and then I gave it to him while he was in the garden, and then it's been back in the house, and now it's back out here so that I could show you guys. So yeah, I did also write some like lovey-dovey crap all over it in pencil in case he wanted to, you know, just rub out the pencil. Ow. Rub out the pencil. Ow. That really hurt. So yeah. But no, that was my Prezi. Well, that was part of a Prezi to him. I also got him some really expensive whiskey. So yeah, and he said Scotch, and even though they are Scotch, it's a Scotch whiskey. Who cares? But yeah. But yeah, it's actually really annoying. I've not done any drawing just recently because basically my hand still isn't 100% from when I injured it when I got my spider bites. See that? That's still really painful. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's really painful. And I've actually got kind of like a weird tendon thing going on with this hand, because I I was stupid enough to basically try to lift my entire body weight with just 3 fingers. So yeah, I tried to get myself out of the car like that, pulling with my arm, and of course with that particular tendon that runs down that finger, and now that hurts again. And this is a common problem, by the way. I always have it. I tend to have this a lot. Tendon, you know. So basically that means that drawing that was incredibly painful and took like 2 days, which is crazy, you know. But then again, I did redesign a character, so basically it was going to take a pretty long time. But yeah, I still feel like a terrible boyfriend, even though basically I bought him a £50 is, you know, it's a fair amount of money, right? Especially to somebody who has no money. So it was like, that was so many Fur Affinity commissions. That was. So yeah, I'm okay with money again, by the way. But that's probably not going to last until Christmas. So while I'm in Vegas, I'm not homeless. I'm going to be staying on a friend's sofa, but essentially I'm going to be broke. So I'm probably just going to kind of mooch off of his alcohol and the free food and stuff, and just lounge around by the pool, you know. While I'm in Vegas. But I don't care because I'll be in Vegas and it'll be nice. And I'll be with friends. So, yay. I've got nothing else to talk about. That was all of my news that I've just blurted out at you guys. Yeah. I will say that basically, if I am awake at 8 PM today, UK time, that is. If I'm awake at 8 PM, I will be doing another live stream. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be doing another live stream. So, yay. Also, I know that basically on the LiveTUBBS channel, it's gone a bit dormant because basically it's eating week. And the problem is that I've got no food. So, I don't really know what to do for eating week, though, because I've kind of done I've kind of done it. You know, I've done it in the past. It's just plus when I'm eating, it's like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't remember to put the camera on ever. So it's like I know what to do. You know, I kind of need somebody to come film me or feed and film me. You know, that'll be the best. In fact, so yeah, I've got nothing. I'm sorry. So eating week might be a topic that will be carried over, much like cigar week is still, because I'm not satisfied with the way that that my last cigar happened on camera and stuff. Plus, I have got a birthday cigar, and I do want to have that. And it's been like a couple of months now, so pretty shit. It's been like a couple of months without a cigar. It really pisses me off that they're so expensive, you know. I'm not craving it. It's kind of annoying, you know. Oh well. By the way, guys, if anybody's going to be in London this weekend on Saturday, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in London this weekend on Saturday. So yeah, at least I think I am, because basically I don't know if I might be going to a buffet with my friends, but I don't think that was this weekend. I think that's next weekend. I'm not entirely sure, but I might be going to a buffet with friends in London this weekend. So yeah, London buffet, and then pub, and then home probably, because yeah, because you know stuff. Ooh, that reminds me. Never mind then. Sorry, I thought I had some news, but it's not happening yet, so it's fine. All right, I've got nothing. How long have I been on? I bet I've been on for like yeah, half an hour. So this is super quick. Anybody got anything to say? I'm kind of like meh at the moment. Yeah, everyone should come to London. Everybody should visit London at least once in their lifetime. I don't know why I said that. I don't know, you know, I don't know why I say that, but like, I kind of believe it. You know, like London is arguably, and I'm sorry, I'm about to piss off a bunch of people, but London is probably the greatest city on planet Earth. I'm sorry, but it's kind of a fact. You know, not only is it like it's got like the fashion, the art, the culture, so many cultures. It's one of the world's most culturally diverse cities in the world. It's got all of the attractions. I mean, it's great for shopping. You know, there's great food. You can find practically anything in London. I mean, anything to eat in London. It's amazing. You know, there's great food. There's great nightlife even. So that's something. Great parks. Yeah, there's lots to do. So that's 10 reasons. 10 reasons why London is the greatest city on the planet Earth. You know. It's got the busiest street on earth or something. But I just remember that reading about this while I was while I was on the London Underground on the tube. Greatest transportation network on the planet. Oldest transportation network on the planet. Reasons. They just keep happening. If sites, it's got the sites, you know. It's one of the cleanest cities now, which is weird, isn't it? It's one of the cleanest cities now. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, it's got you know, it's exactly like LA in that basically like there's more people in fact living in like a square mile of London that there is in a square mile of LA, and yet it's one of the cleanest cities in the world now. So what the fuck, you know? Trying to think of other reasons, but basically there's a lot. There's a lot. Great music. There's great music there all the time. They keep putting these pianos out for people to play. Just you'll find these random pianos if you walk around London. You'll just find a random piano just out. You know, a full-on piano is just out there, and it might be chained to the pavement or something, but it's like that. It's still there, and anybody can play it. So yeah. There's so many reasons why I think London is the greatest city in the world. It's one of the oldest cities in the world as well. So it's like it's amazing. It's just awesome. I think it's just awesome. It's not my favorite city. It's not my favorite city. You know, but I think it's the greatest. Again, it's not my favorite city. I'm skeptical. Okay. No, I'd love to go. Okay. Yes, I agree, Tubbs. I really love London. My friend is hoping to go back since she was there a few months ago. Yeah. I would go all the time too. The only problem with London is that basically it's expensive. You know, you can find cheap bits of London, but you have to find them. You know, it's not that it's not like it's just cheap to be in London. You know, you go to Peterborough, you go to any of the pubs, and you can get a pint of beer basically for what, like £2 at the most, £2. £2. That is £2, £2 British. But if you go to London, it's like £4, £4 British. It's like, you know. So yeah, that's so cool. I would sit down and start playing and singing. Well, exactly. And I'll go to the pub and bring us back some beer. Because, like I said, there's no rules against us doing that. You know, it's just a random. It's just a random thing. You know, it's just a random piano in the middle of this walkway, and it's like, what? Why is this here? Sounds like San Francisco. Yeah, but London's a bit less full of itself. Yeah. Like I'm not in London. I'm not from London technically, and I'm still saying how great London is, you know. But if you ask people in London, you know, it's like, do you think London's that good? You know, any good? And they'll probably say, nah, it's kind of rubbish. It's kind of crappy, you know. But like, if you go to San Francisco, and they will fucking talk your ear off about how San Francisco is the best place ever. And you know, it's like, I don't care. No one asked, you know. No one asked. It's like, that's why in San Francisco everything's like made of glass on our walkways and stuff. And it's like, seriously, no one cares. Seriously, we didn't know. Well, we weren't even talking about San Francisco. Why? You know, like we've always been in touch with our wildlife. It's like, I don't give a damn. I saw a squirrel. I'm regretting that I saw a squirrel. Okay, that's all I said. You know, but like I said, if you see a squirrel in London, it's like, which you can do. Squirrels are everywhere in London's parks, and there's lots of parks, and they're so good. But basically, you know, it's not weird at all. It's not worth mentioning because they're fucking everywhere, even in the winter. So, yeah. It's just one of those things, you know. I think that London's quite humble, you know. But yeah, I don't really have. I have a top 5, I guess, because I don't really have favorites. You know, I kind of have like a top best. You know, my top best in my opinion. And to be honest, London is in the top best, but it's not my favorite of them. You know. Fine, I won't mention San Francisco anymore. I don't mind talking about San Francisco. I'm just saying that like people from San Francisco seem to be all up their own asses about how great San Francisco is. And all I can think of right now is the greatest thing greatest thing about San Francisco is that it's the future place of Starfleet Academy. You know, that's where Starfleet's going to be based in. You know what I mean? The main base of operations for Starfleet is going to be in San Francisco. I even know on the map where it's going to be. It's in San Francisco. The place where I'd love to go is Iceland. I'd like to see Iceland too. I'm just a bit concerned that basically, because I have shit luck, I have really crappy luck. And I don't mean to sound full of myself, but I just know that if I visited Iceland, then they'd have another enormous eruption, and I would be either stuck there, or the island would blow up, or something. You know, something bad would happen. But yeah, I've heard Iceland is awesome. Apparently, a lot of bears in the bear community are basically keep saying that's great, and they keep going there and they keep loving it, and some of them don't come back. So yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. You want to see my drawing again? There it is. I do like how I made my character, my dog character. He's just a big round ball now, you know. I wouldn't care about being stuck there. Well, I think you would care about being stuck there if it was on fire. You know? Or like I said, if it blew up. I'm kidding. It's just funny to me. You know. No, I'd die there, says Howard. Well, yeah, you would. Tubbs, your drawing is absolutely adorable. Thank you, Jeffrey. I will send it to you. I'm going to post it on. I made a scan of it and stuff. I'm going to post it online and stuff. It's just that I wanted my partner to have it first before anybody else did because it's his picture. It's for him. So yeah, that's why it's ripped out of the book already. You know, it's ripped out of the drawing book already. Because it's been given to him already. So yeah, the only reason why it's back in here is because basically I wanted to show you guys, and I kind of like nicked it while he was asleep. So yeah. I forgot what I was going to say before you said about the drawing. Oh yes, I was going to about the drawing. I'm going to post it on Tumblr. Well, yeah, actually, on my Tumblr art page, on my Twitter art page, on my For Affinity art page, and I am going to post it on the DeviantArt art page. But Jeffrey, if you want a copy of it, then of course I will send it to you because I know you are only on here on the internet. You're nowhere else on the internet. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Tubbs. I was hoping you would send it to me. Yeah, of course I do. I send you random pictures all the time. I'm not kidding. Jeff, in case anybody else doesn't know, basically, I go through my hard drive every now and again because I'm looking for a specific picture. By the way, I found out just the other day that I've got over 4,000 furry reference art pictures on my hard drive. And yeah, it's a weird problem. 4,000 random pictures of mostly furry art is just, it's just weird on my hard drive. But every now and again I've got like a picture of me would come up, some of them from a while ago, some of them from not a while ago, some of them are grouped together and stuff like that. But essentially, if I have my web browser open whilst I find these gems, I basically send them to Jeff, because I know that Jeff doesn't have the opportunity to basically see a lot of me like everyone else does on the internet, because he's only on this one site. Trust me, Jeffrey, if you on Twitter, then basically you would it would stop. The emails would stop of the random pictures, because basically I put a lot of these pictures on Twitter. So yeah. Crazy, dude. What about the pictures? Over 4,000 of them. It's weird. Actually, I can. And these are the only ones. These are only the ones that I've found, because I'm constantly organizing my hard drive, and I can actually go to the. I can go to the hard drive. Here we go. Go to the art section. So these are all the pictures that have been sorted already. That one. Excuse me. 4,000 and I like that. 4,057. That's how many random furry art pictures are in here, and not all of them are. Not all of them are from furry sites. Some of them are actually from like history books and stuff. They're anthropomorphized pictures and stuff. But no, do you know how I get this collection? It's not. I don't rip. I don't ever do this. Some of them are from Fur Affinity, but I basically have asked people if I can use their picture, or I tell people if I can use their picture. But most of this stuff is found off of Google, or what's the other one? Flickr. There's I basically get a lot of my stock images or my reference art from Flickr and stuff like that. And basically, which basically is Google, but with photos, with just photos, you know. So basically, it's the same thing. So I get that. Plus, people send me this stuff all the time. People are always sending me this stuff. People with Fur Affinity and stuff like that always send me links and stuff. And basically, like, if they say it's fair game, then I do use that as reference art. Now, when I say reference art, basically it's a picture that I look at while I'm drawing. I don't copy things. Like this came from nowhere. You know. This facial structure is just a polished, you know, his facial structure is a polished version of a combination of my art style and what I remember of Zootopia. So yeah, I don't copy anybody. I've got my own art style. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, over the years, because it's taken more than it's taken my entire internet life basically to acquire this amount of pictures, and that's just the furry art stuff. I've got other reference art and stuff like that, of reference pictures, and basically they're mostly just photographs and stuff like that. But I think I've only got I've got 1,000 reference art pieces that I've already been found on my hard drive, and I'm still looking and sorting through my hard drive. Do you know how many pieces I've used? Because I basically put all of my used stuff in a separate folder. So just for art, I've used, where is it? There it is. Oh, wow, okay. 181 pictures. This is stuff that I can't ever use again. 181, and that's just the 30 pictures that I've used. The total items. Why won't it tell me the total items? Oh, whatever. It's 2.4 gig of used in my used folder. So yeah. Oh god, I'm dying. Let's switch places. I hate being hot. Well, okay. I really need to get back into sketching. A friend got me a moleskin notebook to try and get me back into writing. Okay. So they got you a notebook to get you into writing or sketching. Well, good luck. You know, I can't write. I go off. If I'm actually I've been trying to write stuff down. I've been trying to do furry stories and stuff like that, just to get my just to try to get into the swing of it and stuff. And no, well, I tend to go into super detail. It turns out okay, and then I start going into super detail about stuff, and then I trail off, and then I can't get back into it. I just can't. I can't sit there and keep typing. It doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. It's not like drawing at all. It's absolutely not like drawing at all, and it's a pain in the ass because basically, I've been told that my poetry is pretty good, but yeah, actual long stories, no. Howard, I would love to be there in Hawaii, and Tubbs too, because he loves the beach. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii as well. Because it's I don't know. I don't know why actually. I just I've always wanted to go there ever since. Ever since I saw a picture of my uncle, who was a big fat guy, basically. My uncle, the giant 7-foot something, 800-pound lumberjack guy in his big straw hat with his half-opened Hawaiian shirt that barely covered him, basically, on a beach in Hawaii. So yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's like I've always wanted to recreate that picture. I think that's what it is. I think I just want to recreate that picture. And who can blame me? Because I like being in tropical paradises. What do you know? So yeah, I'd be interested in looking at your writing. I've been dabbling in poetry myself. Have a Tumblr that I write on every now and again. Okay. Or the only writing that still exists, because I'm terrible at basically I let my writing die. I leave it on the computer, and then basically when I switch computers, it gets left behind. It's sad. I did write a story on the Belly Builder forums, and that's still up there somewhere. But even that is just that's an adaptation. So yeah, I've got a bit of writing from high school, and that's mostly poetry, and I've got great marks from that. My nose is killing me. I'm okay with the temperature now. It's simply my nose that's bugging me. I'm gonna say this, and I know this is a bit controversial, but poetry kind of useless. I know, but you can't just sit and read a poetry, you know. read a poem for hours. I just well, there are some people that do that, but I yeah. Tubbs, I'm sure your poetry is very nice. Like I said, I'm sure it's great, because my English teacher always, my English teacher in high school always thought it was great. It used to be really irritating because because I have dyslexia, you know. Because I have dyslexia, basically, I sucked at English. I was put in the special class of English. That's how bad I was. And I found out in college that's because I have dyslexia. By the time, I just thought I just shit at English. I'm sorry, you know, that's just the way it is. You know, I could remember that I could do. I've got good sentence structure, and I can do all of this other stuff, but my spelling held me back every single time. And excuse me, my fucking nose. And yeah, but basically, my English teacher, like when we were doing poetry, I wrote some poetry down, and you know, I basically, you know, wrote a few poems, about 5 poems, I think, and you know, every single one they said was really good, but you know, and if all of the class was poetry class, then I would have got a fucking A star. Apparently, that's what she said. That's just what my English teacher said. But because there was lots of misspellings in it, it wouldn't get anywhere near the good marks. So yeah. So basically, my poetry is pretty good. It's just that I kind of don't care, you know. It's not something I actually want to utilize in, you know, as a skill or anything, because I don't care, you know. I don't care for poetry, and it's just one of those things. Howard says epics, stanzas. What about them? Howard says, have you ever listened to spoken word? What do you mean? It's understandable. What do you mean by spoken word? Spoken word poetry? Well, I don't understand that. Is that a thing that's on Audible? Rarely. Are poems on Audibles? Oh god. I already despise the fact that basically people are being read books to them. I can see, but annoyingly, I can see how that's helpful. I can really see how that's helpful. You know, when you're doing something, you'd rather listen to somebody read an audiobook than you would basically, you know, it's impossible to read while you're at the gym. You know, it's impossible to read while you're on a commute. I get it. I do. And those are perfectly reasonable circumstances in which you can be read an audiobook. But if you have the time and you're just listening to an audiobook, and not doing anything else, or listening to an audiobook while you're playing a computer game or something like that, then pointless. That you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. That's just lazy, you know. You should be utilizing your reading skills, you know, because you know, people don't read every day. So yeah, it's understandable. Spoken word poetry, yes. No, like I said, I think it's a little bit pointless. Like words, yeah. And like I can see how it can be beautiful. I can. But for me, it's just not for me. I'm sorry, it's just not for me. Poetry, not for me. Sorry. Um, you know, I can even understand stories. One of my best friends, basically, he's a writer, and basically he's, you know, his stuff is really good, and you know I can appreciate it. But it's just that if he just wrote poems, then basically yeah, okay. I still wouldn't be interested in it. I'm still his friend, but I wouldn't be interested in what he did. Not that pointless words can spur an army to do battle. Yeah, but everybody should just grow up, because words can do other bullshit as well. So you're talking about mob mentality. No one cares. You know, that's people. That's not a person. You know. Anyway, philosophy aside, guys, it's nearly an hour, so I'm going to run away. Thank you so much for being here this morning while I talk to you guys. I might be on in about how many hours? 12, 13, 14, 15 hours. Wait. Yeah. I might be online in about 15 hours, but I'm not. But don't count on it, okay? Because basically, I don't know how tired I'm going to be, but yeah. I agree. If you have the time, then you should just read books yourself. Jeffrey, I think you might be lagging, and in which case you're probably going to miss me say bye. So yeah, that's a shame. I'll show you the picture, and then I will ask you to say bye, Tubbs. Oh, before I go. Ow. Oh, stretch. You see, I've got two bottles on the floor now because I haven't done the cleaning up like I was supposed to. Yeah. There you go, guys. Empty belly. Well, it's full of blueberry juice, but not enough blueberry juice to make me feel better. Terrible. Anyway, now I'm going to show you the picture, and then I'm going to go away. Now, forgive me, but this picture has been uploaded to my computer, but it hasn't been edited yet. In other words, it hasn't been color corrected and sharpened and all that stuff that my scanning app said that it would do automatically. Apparently, I can only send those pictures to people. I can't email them to my own computer. Which makes total sense, right? No. Anyway. Bye. Bye, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your night and stuff. Excuse me. And Jeffrey said bye, Tubbs. So did Howard, but like Jeffrey said it last. Bye, guys.